My name is Selena Garofino. Welcome to class. If you're enjoying this content, I do invite you to like and subscribe and head over to my website where you will find a host of instant access, some free, some paid courses, masterclasses, upcoming events. I also train teachers at the 200, 300, 500 hour level and beyond, and this is your personal invitation. I would also love to see you on retreat where we dive deep into ritual, ceremony, myth, and folklore and practice together in real community. Today I want to talk about your line of sight, your perception, the vision that we hold, and the way in which we come alongside of and co-create with life. In any given moment, we are being asked to toggle between the facts of the matter, what is really occurring in life, even sometimes painful things and things that cause us suffering and pain, and toggling that reality with hope and grace and the miraculous. To stand on that sort of edge state where both things are true, and we're not turning away from difficult conversations, difficult circumstances, or very real pain that needs to be alchemized, integrated, harmonized, but we're also not shutting down to possibilities or limiting ourselves in such a way that we can't receive the breakthrough, the grace, the miraculous that is ever present. The Zens ask us to hold wise hope, to have a generalized hopefulness, an attitude of hope, not for a specific outcome or expectation, but a rigorous hope that is just in the general goodness of things. A hope in the buoyancy of life, which proves itself again and again and again. And it's okay to have your hope tingled with doubt, because we are existing in a world where there is tremendous suffering, and there's a global climate crisis and all these things that are constantly begging and asking for our attention. And so there is going to be some doubt attached to your hope. But what is being asked of all of us is it's like peering through a prism to also allow our vision to move in another direction, again, towards keeping an attendance and attending to the grace and an eye on the miraculous. If you are unsure, think about all the times in your life that you were at an impasse and it felt like there was no way out, and then there was a breakthrough, a miracle, grace, someone came to your aid, something happened that took you safely to the other side. And in some cases, it was better than anything you ever could have imagined for yourself, and better than any of your previous ideas, ponderings, or goals. That is fuel, it's evidence for us to remember this wise hope, this trust in the buoyancy of life, so that in any given moment we can change the line of sight and ask, what is life showing me now? What is being asked of me in this moment? And how can I toggle from the facts of the matter towards this other line of sight, towards the inherent grace in things? And the last thing I want to say about that is that it is critical you understand that in each moment, you have the grace and the inner resources that you need to attend to the problems at hand. But if you try to look at tomorrow's issues and tomorrow's problems with the grace that you have right now and the inner resources you have right now, you are going to feel incomplete and spiral into worry. Trust that just like at every time in the past, when you get there to whatever that future problem is, you will have cultivated the inner resources that are needed to attend to it. One eye on this line of grace at all times. One eye, one piece of ourselves in this wise hope. That's what's being asked. And again, it's not to turn away and ignore the facts of the matter. It's like a little dual vision or a toggling between the two. Okay, let's start to breathe and move together. I'm sitting on a block. You can sit on 1 to 2 blocks in this Virasana shape on its lowest height, and you want it this way so that it is the long way between your heels. And then lean forward and get right on your perineum so that you can really rise through the crown of your head again right away, playing with this idea of supporting the big vision for our life, a line of sight that is broad. And then from here, take a moment and just let the eyes close or soften towards the floor. And see if you can just catch the feeling of your body breathing for a moment. A little attuned attention and awareness to your inner state. And we'll start with the flush, playing with the metaphor and the esoteric dialogue of cleansing the third eye. Take your arms up in the shape of a V, an equilateral triangle of strength, structure, and stability. And make cups in your palms so you're receptive and ready and willing and available. And we're going to pump out what is called a Kapalabhati breath. It's a forceful exhale. You're going to pull your navel point back, and there's a short sniff out the nose. No forceful inhale. The breath will return to the body naturally. Try to keep yourself as relaxed as possible. When you're ready, take a nice deep breath in and start to pump out the breath. Out, 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 out. Really attuning to the sensations in the abdomen, the little buzz in the midbrain. Again, in the esoteric old yoga dialogue, this was a shatkarma, or a purification technique for the third eye and the midbrain. So it's a psychic cleanse for the astral eye. So keep pumping your breath out, just thinking that here your intention is to clear the vision so you can open up to a broader way of seeing. Keep going, just about 15 more seconds. Out, 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 out. A pace that's appropriate for you. Exhale completely. Hook your thumbs, take a deep breath in. 3 more little sips. Hold your breath completely full. Pressurize it from the bottom to the top. And then exhale, lower your arms and let grace rain down. Very good. From here, take your right hand forward to your left knee like you were catching a ball in a mitt, and then take your left arm over the top and grab your right knee. And lean forward a little bit so you can really find that good contact here. Very good. Now from here, your right hand, we're going to extricate that right hand from underneath of us, take it forward, and now internally rotate your shoulders. So what I mean by that is you're turning your armpit away from you and your thumb is going to point down. Look at your right hand, trace it up behind yourself, spin around. So you're spinning to the right, and that right arm is pointing right back behind you. Very good. Take another moment here. Good. Now inhale, take your right arm up alongside of your ear, and exhale and cross it over your left. Let's take the other side. Your left hand is going to come out, flip the palm towards your knees, the thumb pointing down, and then look at it with your gaze. Take it up behind you, creating a new line of sight behind yourself. Your right eye is looking all the way back at your left hand, and if it's not there, imagine that today it is. Good. Inhale, take your left arm up alongside of your ear and cross it over. So your left arm is on top now. Slide your left hand up to your right elbow and then make a fist in your right hand and take that half frame up alongside of your ears. Very good. Sit up nice and tall. And now you're going to turn to the left and look up and out of that square shape that you have formed. So your right eye is looking up to the left corner. A nice big breath in. Good. Super nice. Now from here, slide your left hand to the back of your head. Take your right fingertips to the floor and do an even deeper little side bend here. And then roll your chest open so you're looking up towards the sky. Up and out to the left. That's it. So good. Very nice. Gently come back up. Take your left hand to your right knee and now cross your right arm over the top. Good. Slide your right hand up to your left elbow. Make a fist in your left hand. Take that half frame shape up alongside of your ears. And now do a little side bend and twist to look up and out your window to the left. Pardon me, to the right. Nice big breath. Good. Take your right hand to the back of your head. Take your left fingertips to the floor. Crawl them away from you and lean into that side bend and twist so you're looking up past your right elbow, up into the right corner of the ceiling. Very good. Nice and easy, nice and slow. Come back up. Cross your right hand to your left knee. Take your left arm over the top. Very good. Left hand grabs right elbow again. Once again, lift up and form that little frame here and turn and look up and out to the left. Good. Take your left hand to the back of your head, right fingertips to the floor, and again, open up your chest. So nice. Very good. Listen, this time come up and take your left hand to your right knee and your right hand to your sacrum so that you can sort of really arch the back into your spinal rotation, and now twist to the right. Good. Take your right hand back behind you and look straight back. So beautiful. Take your right arm up alongside of your ear, and here now I want you to lean forward, come to all fours, but really it's a tripod because you're just coming onto the right hand. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see the block is still right there. My right hand is on the ground, and then here you're going to transition, step your left foot back and take your right arm up to the sky in a little modified Vashisthasana, and then back bend towards the front of your mat and look forward. So nice. Big breath. Flip your left palm all the way towards the crown of your head. So good. Take your left hand back down onto the floor, slide your left knee back to the floor, and then we'll just sit right back down into our start position. Good. Take your right hand to your left elbow, lift that half frame shape up once again, and now look up and out to the right once again, just like we've been doing. So good. Take your right hand to the back of your head, left fingertips to the floor, and take that little side bend, looking up and out, expanding your vision. Very good. Nice and easy. Come back up to the center. Now take your right hand to your left knee, your left hand to your sacrum, and start to spin to the left. Reach your left arm straight back behind you. Very good. Take your left arm up alongside of your ear and come all the way forward, planting your left hand on the ground. You can assist yourself, step your right foot back and open up into Vashisthasana, side plank, and then back bend towards the front of your mat. So here we're emphasizing the opening of the chest rather than being in the full side plank. Open your breath, broaden your collarbones, flip your palm towards the crown of your head. So nice. Take your right fingertips back down to the floor, slide the right knee back in, sit back onto the block once again in Virasana, pardon me. Very good. From here, now take the frame, opposite palm to opposite elbow. Inhale, take your arms up right alongside of your ears. Exhale, lower the elbows down. Start to pump the breath. In, out, in, out. We call this a Bhastrika's breath or a bellows breath. It's a forceful inhale and a forceful exhale, like a bull snorting. Just starting to enliven yourself via the breath. Good. In, out, in, out. Good. Hold it up at the top. Take a deep breath in. 3 more little sips. Hold your breath. Exhale, let it go. Very nice. Remove the block and come to all fours on your mat. Plant your hands directly underneath of your shoulders, your knees underneath of your hips. Curl your toes under and press up and back to a down dog. You might need to lengthen your stance. And bend one knee, straightening the other leg, and then switch. So we were in Virasana for quite a while, so take a moment to start to expand and open things up. And then come back to a nice and steady downward facing dog. Index fingers making good contact with the mat. Lift your buttock bones, bend your knees so you can put a wave in your spine. And then walk your feet forward to your hands. Find a little bend in the knees, 2 fists between the arches to measure. Take the frame over your head once again. Lift your buttock bones high. Your thighs coming forward into your belly. Another moment here. Playing now with turning inward and turning towards the past in the fold. Release your fingertips to the floor. Bend your knees deeply, let your torso and your head hang, and start to roll the spine up. Pubic bone drives forward. A wave through the spine all the way to stand. Very good. Pause at the top. Take your palms forward. Take a nice big breath in through your nose. And let it go. Very good. Step your feet to touch. Zip the inner seam of the thighs. Take your arms up and catch your right wrist. Lengthen your tailbone and go up and over to the left. And a gaze up to the right. Really taking in your space. Use your in-breath to come center and switch the grip. Catch your left wrist. Now send your hips to the left. Look up and out, expanding your vision. And then come back to the center and lower your arms by your side. The big trick is to know how to hold our ground, hold our steadiness, and out of that stability, be willing to expand our perception and our view. Instead of approaching everything with our preconceived judgments and ideas, to instead ask the question, what is this? Even when we think we know. Take a deep breath in and stretch your arms up. Hinge from your hip crease and fold down. Inhale and halfway lift, take your heart forward. And then exhale and step it back to downward facing dog. And step or assist your right foot forward. And right up and into a high lunge. The back heel lifted nice and strong. Pubic bone forward. Take the frame right alongside of your ears. Bend your front knee nice and deep. Super clear in the legs. And a little sense of a back bend so you can take the vision up. Again, taking in what's around you out of the stability of the lower body. Cultivating in the body a steadiness and a receptivity all at once. Wise hope, an opening to grace, and an anchoring in reality. Take your hands back down to the mat, step back, down dog. And if you wish here, float up onto the toes and roll the spine forward into a floating up dog. Keep your toes curled under. Broaden your collarbones, heart forward. And then back to down dog. And step your left foot forward. Right away, come right on up and take the opposite frame. Your back heel is lifted, pubic bone is going forward, left knee is traveling forward. And then where can you open out of your stability to expand your actual vision and your internal vision? And then bring your hands back down to the mat and back to down dog. A little bend in your knees. Again, if you wish, forward to the up dog. Back bends are all about the liver, which is our vision. Back to down dog. It's our experience, but we pair it and match it with the innocence of the heart. So we're approaching every situation like it's new, every person like they're new. Breaking piece by piece our crystallizations in our thinking so we can see with a new line of sight, opened grace. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Turn your right toe slightly out, and then back bend away from your right thigh. Take your right arm to the sky, back bending towards the front of the mat. Flip your palm towards the top of the mat. One more big breath. And take your right hand back to the mat, step back, down dog. If you wish, forward to the up dog. Back to the down dog. Lunge your left foot to the outside of your left hand, turn your left toes open. Back bend towards the front of your mat and away from your left thigh, take your left arm up. Flip the palm towards the top of the mat. Expand your breathing, your collarbones, your line of sight. And then the left hand back to the mat and back to down dog. Once again, if you wish, upward facing dog. And back to down dog. Take a moment with the sitting bones lifted high, backs of the thighs opening. And step your right foot between your hands. This time, pin your back heel down and come on up into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Take your arms out to a T shape, palms up. And now take your left arm up, make a fist in your left hand. Take your right hand to your left elbow. So you're in that half frame, and then turn your chest a little to the right and lean up and back, opening up your vision. So good. Keep your arms as they are. Pivot on the back heel back into the lunge with this half frame. And slowly descend your back left knee to the floor. So nice. Back bend, lean up and back. Nice and slow. Lower your belly to your thigh. Bring your fingertips to the floor and step back, down dog. If you wish, floating up dog. Soft smile back to down dog. Sitting bones high. Step your left foot between your hands, pin your back heel down. And once again, up to Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Expand across your heart space, anchor in your legs. Take your right arm up, make a fist in the right hand. Take your left hand to your right elbow, and then open up, sort of in between a Warrior 2 and a reverse warrior. Look up and out. And then, with some balance and grace, pivot on the back foot, back into the high lunge. Smile. Nice and slow, descend the right knee to the floor. Uncurl the back toes and back bend. And then bring the belly to your thigh, fingertips to the floor, and once again, down dog. Sitting bones high. So nice. Walk your feet forward to your hands once again. 2 fists between the arches. Hang over the legs and let it go. A little gentle sway side to side through the spine. Crown of the head melting towards the earth. Good. Bend the knees once again and nice and slow. Roll the spine up. Knees forward, pubic bone forward. And pause at the top with your palms forward. Just attuning to your breathing. From this Tadasana with the feet hip distance apart, make 2 fists behind your back. Really solid contact between all of the knuckles. And back bend over your fists a little bit, sending your pubic bone forward. Good. Keep this sense of lift and height in the spine, and now send your buttock bones back into chair, back bending over your fists. And then keep folding belly to thighs. Keep your hands exactly where they are. Lift the buttock bones. Good. Rebend the knees and start to back bend over your fists, taking your chest forward and up, opening up the vision. Good. Push all the way up to stand and back bend once again over your fists. Last time, bend the knees, sink the hips. Lift your buttock bones. And now as you come up, think that it's almost like a flower reaching for the sun. Start to bend your knees as you lift your chest, back bending over your fists through chair pose, all the way up to stand, pubic bone forward. And then pause at the top and slide your hands down your back, palms forward. To remember the wise hope, to remember that there is grace, to remember that there is room for the miraculous and the magnificent, requires that we notice where in our thinking we've become rigid and crystallized. and that we take the time to cultivate an expansion. One way we do that is by a real attunement and understanding of our not knowing. We think we know, but as I say, and the yoga tradition says, and Naveen Mishan says, everything you know is true, but so is everything that's true that you don't know. So what is this? With a real sense of awe. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, hinge from your hip crease and fold over your legs. Inhale and halfway lift. And exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Pause and breathe for a moment. Even this thing you've probably done a million times, a sun salutation. You already know. What sense of not knowing, of willingness for a new experience can you offer yourself? Where can you hold room for something new? Look forward and step or float to the top of the mat. Inhale and half lift. Exhale and fold. Big breath in, rise all the way to stand, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good. Again, opening to grace. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog. Good. One last time, look forward. And step or float forward to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, big breath in, stretch your arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Last time, inhale, receive your breathing. Exhale and fold. Every breath breaking a crystallization. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. Feel the breath. Lunge your right foot forward. Back heel down, warrior two, nice and swift. Exhale, extended side angle, right elbow to right knee, left arm alongside of your ear for just a beat. So good. Inhale back to warrior two. And exhale, back to down dog. Forward to floating up dog. Open your vision. Back to down dog. Right into it, lunge your left foot forward. Soft smile, warrior two. Open your heart, steady in your legs. Extended side angle, right arm alongside of your ear, turn your chest. Warrior two. And take your hands to the mat once again. Down dog. And pause in the downward facing dog and just feel what is available to you now. Come forward to all fours and come to stand on your knees. Keep your toes curled under. Take your palms open to your side, thumbs pointing back, pubic bone forward. Lengthen the back of your neck and start to just tip back. Not even coming all the way into an Ustrasana yet, but just sort of playing on the edge of that possibility. And then if, when you're ready, take a hand to heel and then the other hand to your other heel. Pubic bone forward, heart lifted. And expand the ability to see your space via the back bend. The possibilities of front body. Anchored and stable in your grounded knowing. A wise, sweet, tender hope in opening to grace and in anchoring in reality. Nice and easy. Bring yourself back up and sit back on your heels. And just pause for a moment. Anywhere in life that we are resisting reality, we will suffer. When we have expectations and ways in which we think the world should be, people should be, how things should operate, and we're confronted with that dissonance, we suffer. And the pathway forward to less suffering is not a denial of pain, but again, it's this toggling, this real anchoring, and this is how it is right now. This thing is true. In what way can I inhabit it fully in this moment and keep one line of sight on grace? Just feel your body, your full breath. Let the breath sweep the mind. Very good. Make sure you have some space on the side of your mat, on both sides, and come back forward to downward facing dog. Keep your toes curled under and shift all the way forward into a floating up dog. Have your legs be super strong, super clear here, especially that left leg. Cross-reference your right hand to your left foot and then pick your right leg up off of the floor. Bend your knee, right foot towards the sky. Good, so strong and clear. Pivot on the pinky edge of your left foot. Bring the ball of your right foot to the floor and now dip your hips towards the floor. And now press up through the pinky edge of your left foot into a big, expansive back bend. Good, we're coming right back around. Dip your hips, right hand to the floor, spin back into that three-legged up dog, right foot on the ground, full up dog, and back to down dog. Well done. Right to the other side, forward to plank and then floating up dog. Cross-reference, left hand to right foot, pick your left leg up, bend the left knee. Start to pivot on the pinky edge of your right foot till your left hand gets light. The ball of your left foot on the floor, dip your hips, and then expand and open up into wild thing. We'll come right back to where we came from. Left hand to the floor, three-limbed floating up dog. Left foot to the floor, full floating up dog. And back to down dog. Lower down to all fours. Well done. Take your right knee in front of your left, just about 3 inches. Inhale, a little back bend. Exhale, tuck your tailbone and press back in this asymmetrical child's pose, opening up left side body. Again, inhale to rise. Exhale, tuck your tail and move back. Couple more times with the breath, just opening up those tissues. Last time. Nice and easy, come up. Bring the left knee forward now, right knee back. Inhale, a little back bend. And exhale, back to that asymmetrical child's pose. Same thing, a couple rounds of breath here, opening up tissues on the right side body. Very good. Come back up to all fours. Bring the knees even now and back to a child's pose. Nestle your belly between your thighs if that's available to you, forehead on the ground. Very good. Sit back on your heels, swing your legs around. Come on to your back with your blocks handy for a supported bridge. Bring your feet to the floor, lift your hips up, and slide those 2 blocks, ideally on their highest height, but you could stack them in any way that's most supportive of your practice. But we want a real back bend under the sacrum. And then take your arms up over your head. Right now your palms are towards the sky. Now come onto your thumbs and then flip all the way around up onto your fingertips. So you're really wrapping the armpits towards the heart. And settle into your breathing. Let the breath pull you into the present moment, present experience. Another way we stay in that line of sight of hope and grace, open to the miraculous, is to be in the present moment. Not lingering in past projections, rigid ways of thinking, habitual thinking, but in the present sensation, this present wash of breath. What is life showing me now? How can I co-create and partner with that? Moving from my resistance and my futile rebellion towards collaboration and maturity. Count yourself down, 3 more breaths. Very good. Take your arms back down to your side. Lift your hips up, remove the blocks, and come down bum first so you're keeping that curve in the spine for just a moment. And then just drop the knees to the right. And turn your head to the left. Starting to move into a rhythm of stillness after the swirl of activity. And then nice and easy, knees to the other side, to the left, head to the right. And then both knees back up to the center, pull them into your chest. Widen your knees towards your armpits and take a happy baby. Stack your ankles over your knees best you can. If it's available, grab the pinky edges of your feet. Soles of the feet right up towards the sky. Good. Soften both your knees into your chest and extend your legs along the floor for Shavasana. If you need some support underneath of your knees, take some support under the knees. Just a couple moments now in a state of rest. As you come to lie down on your back, just let the body breathe. Letting the breath wash the mind, gentle attention on the flow of the in-breath and the out-breath. What we're inviting in is a broader field of attention, a perception that is hopeful and open to more information. A real opening to a landscape that is both surprising and magnificent. Because it's from that space where we co-create and expand our own creativity with deep situational awareness and an alignment with life as it really is. As Appa always said, beauty is in receiving the world as it is offering itself. Not as you wish it to be. Be bathed in your breath, supported by the earth. beauty of this type of hopefulness is it's an attitude of not knowing. It takes away the pressure to have it all figured out or to adhere to how things should, ought, supposed to be, and instead just invites us to into a real congruence with what is present. It's a trust that life has the answer to your next problem. If you have more time to rest, I'd encourage you to stay in your Shavasana as long as you're able. Otherwise, I invite you to start to take some small movements in your fingers and your toes, and to, in your own time, make your way to a fetal position on your left side, supporting your head with your left arm. And then use your right fingertips to gently press yourself up to a seat once again. If you're closing your practice now, a hand to heart, a hand to belly for a moment. Feeling your breath, which is such a reminder of the way in which you are held. It just comes every breath, moment by moment, supporting you. And then bring your thumbs in front of your nose and your mouth, bow your chin, prayer hands. To all the ways in which this practice allows us to cultivate a clear mind, a mind that is open to receiving new information, grounded in reality, open to the magnificent and to grace. To each of your practices and all of your hearts, I gently bow. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, and I will see you next time.